Welcome to the live chat today. I am sitting at Thea Coffee House in the airport region of Accra. And I am doing this live stream because I wanted to talk to you about some news. Let's talk Africa, news that you may not know, because a lot of times there are stories that come out of the continent that don't necessarily get mainstream media attention. And I thought it was important for me to start doing these little episodes where I share news that is coming from the continent with information that people may not be aware of. Because a lot of times people are like, I don't know what's going on over there. Or I tell them about something happening in Africa and they didn't know about it, particularly people I speak to in North America or friends in the UK, Europe, who may not know what's going on here. So I just thought that today would be a great day for me to start talking about things that are happening on the continent. This is going to be a quick live, and I hope that those of you who can join me, if you have any questions or interactions or other news you want to share, feel free to do so. So thank you for those of you who've joined. From time to time, I am going to be looking at my things that I'm reading here so I get information to you accurately of information that is valuable here on the continent. Maybe it's something not interesting to you because it's not something that affects you, but the first one I want to talk about is Instagram. Now, in the continent of Africa, more people use Facebook than they use Instagram. And a large part of that is because the connectivity issues with the internet. Those of you who do follow me know that there have been many times I've done live streams where I have challenges with staying connected, especially when I'm at my house, because that area has a tendency not to have the best internet connection. So I want to talk about Instagram is what I said. And then I mentioned Facebook. Facebook is actually used widely by people in a lot of African countries because a lot of the phone companies have plans that include Facebook as their part of their bundle. So for example, in Ghana, when it comes to social media plans, Facebook is largely integrated into a lot of the bundles that offer a good value for the amount that they're spending. So for instance, there are some bundles where it says that you can actually, not in the bundles, you can actually use Facebook without using data. So on Vodafone and on MTN, it gives you the option and asks you if you want to use the free Facebook version or and when you use your data, then you're using your data. So Instagram doesn't have that option. So a lot of people don't use Instagram in Ghana in comparison to the number of people who use Facebook, because Instagram uses a lot of data. It eats up so much data. So if you are paying for a bundle and it goes quickly because you're watching a lot of videos, you're watching the reels, you're scrolling through the content on Instagram, there's a tendency for it to go quickly. So Instagram, and this happened in March and I didn't know, I just read this news today, so I thought I would share it for people who are not aware, or some of my subscribers who may even be in other parts of Africa. May not be aware of this, but Instagram has launched a version that is called Instagram Lite. Instagram Lite. And that is an announcement that was made because Facebook owns Instagram. So they made the announcement that it's done to give people, I'm going to read this so I don't get it wrong, give them low cost access to daily doses of connection and entertainment. So with Instagram Lite, people have an opportunity to stay connected to Instagram, but it uses less data. It was launched in sub-Saharan Africa in March. So people in sub-Saharan Africa in regions where connectivity is an issue or where the cost factor is high, when you download Instagram Lite, it gives you an option to use a different version that is not using as much of the internet data as the regular Instagram. So saying, how does it work? So it's saying that it normally consumes, so the regular one consumes 15 times, the new one consumes 15 times less data than the normal Instagram app. So the Instagram Lite only uses 2 megabytes of memory on your device, whereas the regular one uses about 30 megabytes of memory on your device. And so the lightness means it takes up less space and it loads faster, and it's designed to run on a 3G internet connection. So there's a lot of places in African countries that do not have 4G connectivity. A lot of places still have 2G and 3G connectivity. So on 4G LTE, you have the challenges of not connecting, videos not playing properly, things not loading. And so with this new version being Lite, it will load faster and it will actually play. So this is great news for people in the continent of Africa who want to be on Instagram. So I just thought I would let you know that. There are people who follow me in other African countries that would find this to be extremely interesting. The other news that came up, that actually came up in March as well, was that Flutterwave collaborated with PayPal to allow some African merchants to accept payments. Now, in African countries, a lot of if you already have a PayPal account and you come to Ghana, you can use that account because you've already got an account. You log in, you use it for what you need. But if you are in Ghana and you're trying to register for PayPal, you can't register for a PayPal account, unfortunately. So a lot of people aren't able to use that option for payments and stuff. So Flutterwave partnered with PayPal to allow some African merchants to accept payments, which is great news. So that's awesome. And I just thought that I would share that because there's things in Africa, as I said when I started, that people don't know are happening. There's a lot of cultural things and cultural things that are happening. Thanks for joining. I see Kwame, Yasil, Jeffrey Khan, Ben Eden, thanks for joining. Brown Coat Blue, yes, this is live. I am here live in Accra. I decided to do a live today, talk a little bit about some news coming from Africa that some people may not know or they may be interested in. As far as in the music industry, Wizkid is a popular Nigerian artist, and he's recently partnered with YouTube to celebrate his 10-year debut of his album. So they're doing a collaboration there. And for those of you who don't know, the NBA has recently launched NBA Africa. So in Africa, there's now this Basketball League Africa is what it's called, under the brand NBA Africa. So Basketball Africa League recently launched, and it's being predicted that it's going to be a huge industry. NBA Africa operations on the continent were set to be seen at $1 billion, and they have plans to build basketball courts and stadiums across the continent of Africa. For those of you who do not know, the Basketball Africa League is a major, major turning point because there's a lot of African players who have dreams of making it to the NBA, leaving Africa and going to the US to play. But now there's this option of playing right here on the continent. So the Basketball Africa League launched recently as well, and it's a great opportunity, as I said, for young people who are also pursuing dreams of basketball, because it's known as football on the continent. So it's awesome to see that this opportunity is available. Thank you everyone who's joined this live stream today. As I said, I'm talking a bit about Africa today, some of the news coming from the continent. I will be reading some stuff just to make sure that I give you accurate information. But there's so much that is always happening on the continent that I think it's important for people to know because, as I said, sometimes I tell people stories and they don't know what's going on. So, for instance, I was talking to my sister recently, last week I believe it was, and I was telling her about the Twitter. Twitter deleted that tweet and then banned the platform completely in Nigeria, and how it's caused so much controversy of all the people who use the platform for business, for social media promotions. It is really a platform people use also for political conversations, to share and express their ideas, to engage with other people. So there's a lot of people who are being shut out now in Nigeria. So when I was talking to her about it, she wasn't aware. Now she is, because she eventually, after I told her, noticed that there were news stories about it. But that's one of the things that, an example of sometimes people don't know what's happened, went to the streets to protest once again. And they are always really, the young people are finding ways to speak and to get their voices heard, to make change. I have a lot of admiration for Nigerian people in the way that they stand up for their rights when they are in the face of adversity. I think that it's admirable that young people are out there and they are expressing themselves. So yeah, that's what's happening in Nigeria. In Ghana, the Bank of Ghana recently announced that it was going to be launching digital currency. So this is an announcement so far. I haven't seen any concrete details as to how this is going to be happening and what the process is going to be for this to actually come to fruition. But so far, I've seen news reports that it is a something that the Bank of Ghana is discussing to have a digital currency of the Ghana Cedi. So for those of you who don't know, Ghana's currency is called the Cedi, spelled CEDI, Ghana Cedi, and so just to give you an idea of the value, like $1 is worth almost 6 Ghana Cedis, to give you an idea of the valuation of the currency. So yeah, so these are some of the things happening in the continent of Africa right now. For those who are interested in learning, I think I want to start doing this more often to share some of the things happening on the continent. There's often missed what else is happening in the continent. I'm just scrolling through. I'm just looking out to see who's joining. Thank you so much for those of you who've joined this live stream today. There are a lot of things happening out of the continent as far as COVID news as well. So I know that around the world, there was predictions that COVID was going to be really bad in Africa. I know that a lot putting in new measures in place to make sure that they continue to fight COVID. So the South African government, so South Africa was one of the worst places when it came to COVID numbers and COVID infections in the country compared to the rest of the continent of Africa. So the South African government has announced that they are having stringent measures to curb. They said there's a third wave of the coronavirus of COVID-19 in South Africa. So they said that they are concerned about the threat of the virus. And they said that over the last 7 days, there's been an average of 7,500 daily infections in South Africa. And the hospital admissions have also increased in South Africa. And they're working on making it a priority to do the things that they need to do to bring the numbers down in South Africa. So that's what's happening there. And in Ghana, the COVID numbers have been going in decline. It hasn't been as bad as it was. I think January, February, the numbers of COVID numbers in Ghana were going up, but now it has sort of plateaued. In the last month, there's been one death recorded from what I had read recently. There's been one death from COVID-19 recorded in Ghana over the last month. And, there's a mosquito or something flying around my ear. And the number of active cases has also gone down. So in total, I'm just trying to get the numbers to pop. Give you wrong numbers. I don't like giving wrong numbers. So today is June 16th. Oh, wow, it's June 16th. So as of recording of today's video, June 16th, is the numbers that I'm reading. I don't want to give you a number and then it's not the right one. How's everybody doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you so much for joining today. Looking to see if anybody has any comments or questions. Evangelist Bright TV said, please update on armed robberies in Ghana. What's the cause? Oh, armed robberies in Ghana. There has been a rise in robberies and break-ins and theft of items in Ghana, and I believe it's largely related to the fact of the high unemployment as well as COVID having affected so many businesses. So a lot of times people think that COVID affecting businesses has to do with COVID my internet's cutting in and out. So the global aspect. So sometimes, for example, if you have a business where you rely heavily on international travelers coming in and they're not traveling as much as before, you're going to be affected. And if you're affected, that means your staff are affected. If your staff are affected, that means their families are affected, right? So it's a domino effect. So right now, I believe that a lot of the thefts that are happening and unfortunate things that are happening is a result of um, people losing their jobs, people not having jobs, not being able to get jobs, people who've graduated from school and they're not able to get jobs. And I'm not saying it justifies it. It does not in any way justify it. Um, I have experienced this, you know, theft as well as break-in as a result. In saying that, I still want to stress the fact that Ghana still is a much safer country than most countries on the continent of Africa, and overall, it's even safer than some countries in, you know, Western countries, you know, European, North America. There are still places, some places that Ghana has a little bit more safety than some of those places, like some of the cities in those places. So keep that in mind. But I strongly believe that it has to do with the rising unemployment, and people feel like there's no hope, and they resort to criminal activity in order to try to make a quick, fast buck. So keep yourself safe. Do as much as you can to keep yourself in situations where you're not a victim. And I know that there's only so much you can do. So I just wanted to say that. Yeah. Browncast Blue said, I follow Gunna News, and I have to be honest, I'm a tad bit concerned with the crime wave going on, but I'm not letting it stop me. Yes, there definitely is a concern with the crime. The crime is, as I was saying, I think it all has to do with the unemployment numbers. And this happens everywhere in the world. You know, you can be in the United States, and when there's high unemployment, there's higher crime that happens, unfortunately. It doesn't justify it, but I'm just saying that that's the case. Kwame is watching from Concord, Ontario. Hi, Kwame. Thank you for tuning in today. Marine Sam said, that's why I say we should bring jobs with us. Very come looking for jobs, but the people here are struggling to find jobs. So it is a good idea when you're able to come with starting a business where you're able to employ people and give them opportunities to help themselves and help their families as well. So very, very good point. Very, very good point. So it is Thursday afternoon, well, getting towards evening here in Accra. And I just thought that I would take a quick moment to share news with you. JC, hi, thank you so much. You said, I like your look. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I just finished filming something that I'll be posting on my channel soon with somebody from Canada who has relocated to Ghana. And she has a great story. She also does media work as well. And I'm looking forward to sharing the video with you. We filmed here, and yeah, we had a great conversation. We had a really, really great conversation. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. Adolph joined. Hi, I really appreciate what you do. Ghana from UK, thank you for joining. I really appreciate you as well. I appreciate everybody who joins into my live streams or watches any of my videos. She'll be back in Ghana soon. Kwame says, keep up the positive work on Africa. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm feeling hungry right now. Feeling really hungry right now. What should I get for dinner? Let's see. I'll order something. I'll order something from this place I'm at. And, or maybe I should go meet some friends. Yeah, maybe I should go meet some friends. XDMC says, one love your content and the work you do. You're the bright side of these YouTube streets. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. What else? There was something I wanted to share today, and I just drew a complete blank as to what I wanted to share. Some other news stories from Ghana. Okay, when it comes to me, I will share it. I also want to remind everyone that I did write a book about moving to Ghana. I know the book was from 2019, but there's still a lot of relevant information if you are interested. It is called Your Essential Guide on Moving to Ghana, and it gives you a lot of great information about moving to Ghana. Let's see. Oh, Genevieve, comment ça va tout le monde? So happy to be in Ghana from Guadeloupe. Hi, Genevieve. How are you doing? My basic French, I was able to get that. Ça va tout le monde? I was able to get that a little bit. Thank you for watching. JC asked me if I've tried Domino's in Ghana. I have not tried it yet. My friend tried it. I was at her place and she tried it. She got pepperoni on it. I don't like pepperoni, so I didn't eat the pizza. So one of these days I'll try, let you know. JD says I'm having poutine. That's very Canadian. Very Canadian. And I've never liked poutine. And people are like, how can you have lived in Canada and you never liked poutine? I never liked poutine. Never liked poutine. Mm-mm. I should probably explain what it is for those of you who don't. Those of you who don't know what poutine is, it is French fries. Yes, Genevieve, I remember you, and I've been meaning to call you. I do remember you. I've been meaning to call you. You're on my yet. Can I get the menu? Thank you. Oh yeah, I was gonna say poutine. Poutine are French fries that they put gravy and they put like cheese curds on it. Cheese curds, gravy. A lot of Canadians love it. It's a very French Canadian thing that Canadians across the country love. I personally don't like it, but I know a lot of Canadians do love it. It was something that in our high school cafeteria, a lot of people would get, and I wasn't one of those people. But lots of people love it. Lots of people love it. I just paused reading your message because the internet was cutting out. So Brown Coat Blue said, Ivy, I've seen the effort to clean up Ghana. It started back up. What's the general feeling about the project from the locals? Thank you. I got my menu. The general feeling, a lot of people don't have any hope, to be honest. I come across people who say it's great initiatives that people are doing, but they don't have any hope because they see cleanup projects happen and then it gets messy again. So I think it takes a consistency of doing it over and over and over again before eventually it sticks. But I also think that the best way to really have real results from cleanup projects is to start from a young age. When people are educated from a young age, then that's when real change actually happens. But I think that right now, when you're doing these projects, and you're hoping that people will learn from it. You're hoping that people will, also get involved. Sometimes it ends up becoming like a one-off thing people do, and then they don't do it again. So you're constantly trying to engage people in doing it. But I think it's great that people are doing these initiatives, and I think that it's something that will continue as long as we have a population of people that care and are constantly on it to say, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, let's do that. So I think it's very, very important that we continue in doing it. So I think it's great. But as I said, there's a lot of locals who feel like it's a lost cause, like people do it and then it gets dirty again, people do it, it gets dirty again. But we have to keep on pressing for it to actually, get stuck in people's mind and be something that people continue to do. So great question, great question. Let me see if there's any other comments. Planting trees. Yes, we did the planting trees. The Go Green Ghana project last week was a nationwide project to get people to help to replenish the lost forests in the country. Can you believe that since the 1990s, I read on the Reuters website that since the 1990s, there's only 1/5 of Ghana's forests left since the 1990s because of the depletion of forests through things like mining and development. Can you believe that? Only 1/5. That's crazy. 1/5 of the trees that were in the country remain. That's it. Since the 1990s. It's insane. Dub G9 says start fining for littering. I agree. I think there should be more fining. There should be enforcement of it because there are laws, but sometimes Evangelist Bright TV says when the government implements and enforces the law on offenders throwing trash out, it's true. I agree that it does need to be enforced. Marine says President Nana should do what Paul Kagame does in Rwanda. Everybody cleans. Even the president gets out there and puts his hands in the dirt. That is a good one. That is a really good one. Everybody should be cleaning. My mom told me that when she was growing up in Ghana as a kid, that was something that people did. People did clean. She said people came out and cleaned, and it was something that people took pride in. So she's so surprised at the way that things have gone nowadays. Adolf says we have many opportunities in Ghana only if you have. Yes, there's plans for the tree planting to continue. Just get in touch with the Forestry Commission. Tree planting will continue. Genevieve says pretty fat this dish. Yes, I got it in Toronto. needed to apologize and got rid of the topping in front of my guests. Yes, we can't share everything equally. Shock of cultures and tastes. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the poutine that I was talking about earlier. The poutine. So yeah, there's a lot happening in Ghana these days. Um, with with Beyond the Return, there is an event happening on the 23rd and 24th, which is actually headed by the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, the GIPC, which is going under the Beyond the Returns Invest in Ghana pillar. So Invest in Ghana is all about encouraging the diaspora community to make investments in Ghana, whether it be through starting a business, through collaborating with people here, whatever it is. So that event is taking place on June 23rd and 24th. There is a location in person that is by invitation only, but then there's live streaming that's going to be live streamed on the Ghana Investment Promotion Center social media platforms. It will also be on the Beyond the Return social media platforms and the Ghana Tourism Authority social media platforms. So I'm excited about that. That's something that a lot of people in the diaspora community are interested in knowing about how to get in, how to invest in the country. There will be keynote speakers who will be talking about, you know, things that they can do to using their experience to share things that people can do to launch their own businesses or to collaborate with people in Ghana when it comes to business opportunities. So yeah, it is. It is something that is exciting. It's the 23rd and 24th, and it's an opportunity for you, even if you're not here, to be able to watch it on a live stream and know what's going on. Yeah. So this is some of the news that I want to share about things happening in Ghana. I mean, largely because I was on Instagram and I had seen, you know, I've seen some things happening that are happening in the country, in Ghana and in the continent that I think is pretty exciting. And I wanted to share. So I hope that you've enjoyed some of the things I've shared today. There's a lot of things happening in culture, happening in music that, that people don't know about, that I think are important to share. There are so many movements happening on the continent as well. And yeah, there's like, so coming up soon, I'll have some episodes. I have a man who was made into a chief, and he was the first African American to be made a chief in the area that he was made into a development chief. I'm not going to name it yet because I want to share and surprise you with a video. And then there's an interview I have with um, a woman who she's an artist and she's an educator, and she also was made into a chief. And when I was like, a woman, she was made into a chief. I didn't know that some women were into chiefs, but she said she was, and she got that chieftaincy title in Nigeria. But her story will be coming up on my channel soon as well. So I'm really excited to share that too. We had a great conversation. And yeah, overall, I'm just really excited about so many of the stories that are here. Sometimes it feels like the content creation space is a little crowded in Ghana. There's so many people now in Ghana creating content. I remember, I think the first video I shared about Ghana was in 2011 at La Palm Royal Hotel. And I was walking through and I was talking about changing the narrative of Africa. And at the time, I didn't really think anybody cared about seeing stuff from Ghana. So I wasn't consistent in posting a lot of stuff back then. But over the last 3 years, people really want content from Ghana and from other parts of Africa. But yeah, I can't believe that was 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago when I posted that video at La Palm. And now here we are with so many content creators who are there, who are here sharing information. And there's people coming from other countries and coming to Ghana to share content about Ghana, which is really exciting as well. So I hope that you continue with me on this journey as I share information about Ghana and about Africa. So what I want to do is I want to do this weekly live stream talking about Africa and sharing some of the news from other parts of the continent. And I hope that I'll have people from other parts of the continent joining the live stream and sharing, you know, maybe what's going on in your country. You know, it'd be great to hear people's opinions about what's happening. Marie says, "Hi, sister. I'm interested in purchasing land in Ghana." That is like the top question. People are always asking about land, 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 land. The two top questions are land and citizenship. Everybody wants land or citizenship, which I understand. So I'll put in the comments, Marie. I'll put in the comments someone that you can contact with respect to getting land in Ghana. And you can reach out and ask all your questions. Someone who's experienced more than, I think, like probably 30 years of experience when it comes to land in Ghana and renting and how to go about it. But he actually also has land available that he can assist you with. He also does development of properties, so I can put that information in the comments, not in the comments, but in the description. Once this video is done, I'll type all that stuff up and put it in there for you and other people who've been asking. So thank you for your question. There are a lot of Nigerians in Ghana with YouTube channels who are creating content in Ghana. So yeah, that's very true. Carolyn Acuti says, "Keep up the good work. You've created a niche with the type of videos you do. Thank you so much. I appreciate it." Thank you so much, everybody who watches and who has subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you like my videos, please like, share. I appreciate you. And I'm going to order something to eat from this place because I'm feeling a little bit hungry and something to satisfy my hunger. But I would love to know, what more would you like to hear from the continent? Today wasn't too structured because I hadn't planned it. I just was on Instagram and started reading some news and thought, hey, why don't I share some of this stuff with the people who follow my channel to find out if they'd be interested in hearing news from Africa. So do this perhaps as like a once a week thing. Let's talk news about Africa and share what's going on with you. So I think I'll do that next time. A piece of news that I read before I wrap up, I read a piece of news recently that was about COVID, and it was actually talking about people's, just to summarize in layman's term, it was a report that I read that had said that people who had more exposure to malaria had lower severity rates of COVID, which was interesting. When I read that, I was like, this is definitely something that people can look at as, wow, could this be the possible reason for the cases being different in African countries, because there's higher rates of malaria here than in other parts of the world. There's high rates. JC's asking, what's my Instagram name? Ivy Prosper. My Instagram name is Ivy Prosper. So I'm pretty easy to find there. So yeah, you can head on over there. Follow me on Instagram as well. Gary says, I was going to order you lunch, but you beat me to the punch. I'm ready to eat. My stomach is talking too much. For those of you who tuned in today, I am going to wrap up now and going to have myself some lunch. So, well, it's late lunch. It's actually 5 now. It's almost 6, so it's not really lunch anymore. It's now dinner. It's now dinner. So I'm going to go have some dinner, and I appreciate you joining. I'll do these weekly lives talking about, Let's Talk Africa, news that you may not know. And I really appreciate it. Gary R. Polo Lounge. Yes, I know Polo Lounge. Adolph, I need African American to marry because I keep her in Ghana and leave her together. Thank you for joining today. My internet is starting to chop. It said reconnecting. So I think that's a sign. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. And I will see you next time. And enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye.